Imagine awakening to news of an unexpected guest. Not just any guest, but the newly appointed UK Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron visiting your city. Now, why would he do that? Well, it's not a casual visit for sure. Lord Cameron, in a surprising turn of events, made his way to Kyiv, the heart of Ukraine, a move that certainly raised many eyebrows around the globe. Why Kyiv, you may ask? The answer lies in the ongoing conflict with Russia that has been plaguing Ukraine for quite some time now. Lord Cameron, during his visit, wanted to make it clear where Britain stands. He assured President Zelensky of unwavering British support, whether it be moral, diplomatic or military. He was there to express solidarity, to show that Ukraine is not alone in this struggle. With this visit, the focus of the world was once again drawn to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. When a diplomat speaks, the world listens. But what happens when the words uttered spark controversy? Let's delve into that. The air was thick with tension when UK Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron made a statement that sent shockwaves around the globe. During his visit to Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, Lord Cameron was quoted as saying it is up to Ukraine to decide how to use British weapons. He even went as far as to suggest that Ukraine has the right to strike targets on Russian territory. This revelation was met with immediate backlash. Russia, in particular, was quick to condemn what it called another very dangerous statement. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov voiced his concerns, stating, "This is a direct escalation of tension around the Ukrainian conflict, which would potentially pose a threat to European security." At this point, it's important to note that Lord Cameron did not directly endorse the idea of British weapons being used to strike targets inside Russia. However, his statements certainly raised eyebrows, especially since the UK has typically maintained that weapons such as the long-range Storm Shadow missile should only be used within the sovereign territory of Ukraine. Despite this, Lord Cameron's words have added a new layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. His statement came on the heels of Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's pledge to provide Ukraine with £3 billion in military assistance every year for the foreseeable future. Adding to the tension, the US has reportedly urged Ukraine to halt its strikes on oil refineries in Russia, fearing it could provoke an escalation in the conflict. This puts Ukraine in a tricky position as it tries to navigate the turbulent waters of international diplomacy and warfare. As for Russia, its reaction to Lord Cameron's statement was swift and severe. Dmitry Peskov, the Kremlin spokesman, also targeted French President Emmanuel Macron, who suggested that the West might have to consider sending ground troops to Ukraine if the Russians were to break through the front lines. As the world reacted to Lord Cameron's statement, the tension in the region was palpable. Every action has a reaction. In this case, the reaction was a promise of support and a promise of defiance. In the wake of Lord Cameron's visit to Kyiv, the UK has pledged its unwavering support to Ukraine. This commitment comes in the form of £3 billion, or roughly $3.76 billion, in military assistance every year for the foreseeable future. An impressive figure indeed. However, this promise has also sparked concerns about the potential escalation of the conflict. The US, a key player in the international arena, has reportedly urged Ukraine to halt its strikes on Russian oil refineries. These strikes, while perhaps understandable in the context of a nation defending itself, could provoke an escalation in the conflict. The delicate balance of power in the region is hanging by a thread, and every action carries the potential to tip the scales one way or another. Meanwhile, the conflict in eastern Ukraine continues unabated. Russian forces have seized several villages during their recent advances, capitalizing on Ukraine's shortages of weapons and manpower. Ukrainian intelligence officials believe that Russia is preparing for a summer offensive in the northeastern regions of Kharkiv and Sumy. The commander of the National Guard, Oleksandr Pivnenko, has warned that Russia is preparing unpleasant surprises and quietly recruiting 30,000 people a month. This conflict, which has already claimed too many lives and caused untold suffering, shows no signs of slowing down. The stakes are high, and the potential for escalation is real. The world is watching with bated breath as the situation continues to unfold. However, amid the turmoil and uncertainty, one thing is clear. The UK stands by Ukraine. Lord Cameron's visit and the subsequent promise of support are testaments to this. It is a bold move, a defiance that underscores the UK's commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and its right to defend itself. As the conflict continues, the world watches warily, awaiting what the next move will be. One thing is clear though, the stakes are high, and the ramifications of this conflict will echo far and wide.